8 antiquated medical procedures that caused more harm than good. Radium was a component of the well-known energy drink Thor from the early 20th century. Humans have been becoming sick, hurting themselves, and obtaining diseases for as long as they have existed. For just as long, doctors have created remedies and conducted operations to treat these conditions. While it is fortunate for us to live in a period of advanced scientific and medical knowledge, it was regrettably not always so. Going to the doctor has typically been riskier historically than just taking your chances with your ailment. Too frequently, medical treatments just serve to worsen the conditions of their sick patients. Here are 8 outdated medical procedures that cause more harm than benefit, without further ado. 1. Corpse medicine, A. For hundreds of years, cannibalism was thought to be a treatment for a wide range of human diseases by European physicians. In the 16th and 17th centuries, when medical practice was at its height, doctors recommended to their patients everything from ground-up skulls to blood. Human fat was thought to soothe pain and treat gout when used topically, and a potion made from ground-up skull and alcohol was thought to treat epilepsy. 2. Mercury. Today, mercury is recognized as a substance that may be poisonous and dangerous at high levels. That wasn't always the case, though. Doctors thought it could treat anything from constipation to parasites, the fever, and even depression due to its purging properties. Throughout the 20th century, doctors recommended calomel, a mercury powder. However, consuming mercury can also cause renal toxicity and lung damage, and many patients who received this treatment passed away from mercury poisoning. In this instance, the treatment actually made the condition worse. 3. Radium. In the early 20th century, radium, another hazardous element, was frequently added to water and sold as an over-the-counter energy drink. Under the name brand Thor, radium water was advertised with the tagline "A cure for the living dead." It was asserted that in addition to boosting energy, it could also help digestion, boost vitality, and treat male impotence. Thor remained a well-liked beverage into the 1920s despite the fact that the harmful health consequences of radium were already known as early as 1913, until the federal government forcibly put a halt to its manufacturing in 1932. 4. Antimony. In 1747, Robert James, an English physician of the 18th century, created and copyrighted his renowned Dr. James's fever powder. Dr. James asserted that his mixture could treat a wide range of illnesses, including fever, scurvy, and even cow disease. However, he was infamous for keeping the ingredients to his fever powder a secret. The mysterious component turned out to be the hazardous element antimony. Antimony was regarded as a panacea for a wide range of illnesses, including fever and gout, mostly due to the fact that it made people throw up. In the 18th century, medical professionals thought that purging was a sign that the body was detoxifying and returning to its natural, healthy form. While there is some truth to that, it is typically true that swallowing poison to make someone puke causes more harm than good. 5. Trepanation. One of the first medical procedures ever used by humans was trepanation. For more than 5,000 years, people have tried to treat neurological illnesses, head injuries, and head pain by drilling holes in the patient's skull. The skull was simply scraped or cut into smaller pieces in less extreme variations. Trepanation evidence has been discovered all across the world, including in Europe, China, Russia, and the Americas. There is still a current equivalent of trepanation in medicine. It is now known as a craniotomy. Only severe problems, such as a brain tumor, are treated in this way, and the broken pieces of the skull are then replaced right afterwards. 6. Arsenic. Another very old remedy that dates all the way back to Hippocrates is arsenic. The metalloid was employed by the inventor of medicine himself to cure ulcers and other lesions. Arsenic was prized for its therapeutic powers from ancient Greece to ancient China. It was put into tinctures to treat a variety of illnesses, from open wounds and ulcers to sleeping sickness, because it was thought to be able to restore health. Thomas Fowler, a resourceful physician, created his own arsenic-based medicine in 1786 and started bottling and selling it under the name Fowler's Solution. 7. Bloodletting. Bloodletting was invented by the ancient Egyptians 3,000 years ago, when they used a lancet or leeches to open a patient's veins and extract blood. Ancient Greece adopted the custom, and it remained common in both Europe and America up until the late 1800s. The body was thought to be made up of four humors in medieval Europe: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. The body would get sick if one of these humors were out of balance. Bloodletting was employed to treat conditions as diverse as migraines, seizures, sore throats, and even delivery, since it was thought to be a cure for any ailments brought on by an excess of blood in the body. 8. Animal magnetism. Animal magnetism, which was developed in the 1770s by the German physician Franz Anton Mesmer, was the idea that the planets emit magnetic rays that have an impact on human health through an imperceptible magnetic fluid that pervades the human body. Mesmer thought that when a person's magnetic fluid was blocked or out of balance, disease resulted. Mesmerism, often known as animal magnetism, became common in Europe. Among his patients were Wolfgang Mozart and Empress Maria Theresa.